Interesting. This district certainly provides evidence that Ryujin's influence has spread from their tower and out into the city. Oh, I can't imagine being forced to spend my days doing menial work in an office like this, instead of exploring the stars on the bridge of a spacecraft.
To reiterate, in order to stay on top of the market, we have to know what our competition is doing. The next assignment requires a more brute force approach, since the chances of them sharing that information is unlikely. Oh, we definitely are. But why stay one step ahead when you can just leave the competition in the dust? We reverse engineer their plans, create a superior product, and beat them to market. We make the initial profit with less investment in R&D, and our competition is forced to reevaluate if their product is even viable. Good. Luckily, there aren't many, besides the usual. Your target is a prototype schematic for a new engine that Trident Luxury Lines is working on. According to the rumors, it's projected to be 17% more efficient than any engine on the market. The current schematic was sent to their Staryard to begin prototyping, so they could be in the office area or the factory floor. The Staryard is a mix of sales floor and manufacturing. If you're looking to blend in, you've definitely got options. It's not too far, in Akila's orbit, so hopefully your ship's ready. You'll find the Trident Luxury Lines Staryard orbiting Akila in the Chayenne system. Remember, same rules apply. Don't get caught, and don't make a mess.
As technicians, we handle prep and post-op work, beginnings and ends.
What can I help you with? I'd prefer to stay with you. Hey.
Welcome back. star collect to space. Hold while we scan your ship. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Please disregard. I am welcome into Trident Luxury Lines. Trident. Where you can travel the stars with all the amenities.
Excuse me?
One goal to hammer.
You sure you're in the right place?
So again, welcome to Trident.
The galaxy must see my latest masterpiece. What are you doing here? Philippe didn't say I should be expecting someone. This is the very heart of Trident, and we don't need strays. Oh, and it tells jokes, too. Well, I suppose since you're here, enjoy being in the presence of greatness. It's here that we create the next generation of Trident starships. Oh, my skills are not in question. We have Gia to handle your precious conversation. If you have any other questions, make it fast. Oh my, that's just priceless. Balancing elegance with the strict engineering requirements of spaceship travel. That's not science. It's art. An art I'm particularly skilled at. Am I famous? Well, my many, many awards and achievements should give you some idea. Well, fortunately for me, your opinion really doesn't matter. Oh, why, thank you. Yes, I've recently won my second Grand Nova Award for excellence. It's a great honor, but after receiving so very many awards and distinctions, they all start to blend together. Champagne? Oh, how pedestrian. I've heard some associates singing the praises of a certain something, hailing from Neon. Velocity, I believe it is called. it's some drink or food or something else. I haven't any idea what it actually is, but my curiosity is getting the better of me. You seem to have nothing better to do. Would you care to go fetch me one of these velocities? I don't much care which variety you get. And of course you'll be reimbursed. Well, my apologies. You just don't seem like it. In any case, if you change your mind, the offer still stands. Yes, yes, goodbye.
Just making sure everyone feels safe.
It is an honor to be part of something so great.
No funny business, all right? Behave yourself.
Take it easy.
Rest assured that every inch of a Trident luxury ship was reviewed by myself. And my trusty staff, of course. Listen, if you want to talk about the max safe tonnage of the Astra or other trivia, ask Gia. Me? I design the future. What great new heights we can go to. Back to crafting the future.
We've got our eyes on you.
Captain, hello. I am satisfied.
Good to see you.
Can I help you?
Just the person I wanted to see. You got that schematic? Please, you're not the type that needs to be babied. If it makes you feel better, consider it a formality. I need to deliver this to Vina so she can start the reverse engineering process, but first, Ularu wants to see you. I've upgraded your security level so you can access the executive floor, where her office is. Tell her assistant Maeve you have an appointment. I won't be far behind, in case you get lost.
was the single most stressful experience of my life.
Yeah, you killed it in here. Genevieve.
This could be the most important meeting of my career.
They know how to make a client feel welcome up here.
I've been waiting here for ages.
This place is incredible. Can't believe we made it.
Can I help you? Name an appointment. That's neither your name or appointment. If you're expected, I need that information before allowing you in. So again, name and appointment.
He's with me, Maeve. We have an appointment with Ularu. She should be expecting us.
Thank you, Imogene. I'll mark you down as confirmed. Ularu's in a meeting with Genevieve, but they should be done any minute now if you want to wait right here.
Thanks, Maeve.
Well, sooner than I thought. Looks like Ularu's ready now.
Oh, one more thing. You know, if they aren't willing, that leaves us with only one
I've got my
option.
eye on you.
God, Ularu. Is that always your response? I don't want another PR mess on my hands.
Yes, Viv, because you're too good at your job. Now, we can talk details later. My next appointment's here.
Fine. But you can break this news to Alexis at our next meeting.
Good. You're finally here. The one I've been hearing so much about. I'm Ularu Chen, head of operations here at Ryujin. So tell me, what do you think of your new job so far? And that's an answer. Not the best, but certainly not the worst. At least I can assume you're not out to tell me what I want to hear, which is somewhat refreshing. Now, my dear Jeannie here says you've been through the basics of what we do, and pulled off success every time.
5 successful standard assignments, and 1 specialized.
Oh, a few incidents here and there, but nothing we can't handle. Right? I happen to have a personal assignment that I'd like to send you on. One that involves meeting up with an outside contact. Jeannie seems to think you're more than capable of handling it.
He's the best operative I've ever hired.
Let's not forget the only operative you've ever hired. Meeting with outside contacts isn't always as straightforward as your past assignments. Some can be fickle or demanding, so you'll need to decide how to handle them and what decisions to make on the fly. Good. Then you shouldn't have any trouble. Your contact is Symon Ryczek. He claims to have information on a new project that Infinity LTD is working on. He said it's a game changer that Ryujin would be especially interested in. So his asking price is the big thing to consider. Finance will reimburse up to 1,000 credits. So if you have negotiation skills, use them. Symon's been working with us for years, so he'll pose no threat to you. He's paranoid, which is why I assume he's never been caught. But his information is typically worth it. Now, in order to confirm your identity, Symon prefers code phrases. I'll let Jeannie give you the details on this one because the concept is just beneath me.
Symon is into sports, so he enjoys any opportunity to talk about them. At some point, he'll casually say, "Looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year." You get to respond with, "Razor Derby is the only real sport." Got it? According to Symon Ryczek, it's the only real sport in the galaxy. But if you want a lesson in sports, just ask him. Movies are more my thing when it comes to entertainment. They're a batball team that sucks. They have about as much chance of winning the Universal Championship as Aurora does of going legal outside of Neon. Symon despises batball though, which is why he crafted that response you give in return. You'll find him in Cydonia, so I hope your ship's fueled. Just look for him above the Lux condos in the plaza.
You spoke very highly of this one, Genie. Let's hope he doesn't make a liar out of you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to take care of.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Ryujin certainly spared no expense on the executive.
Hello, Captain.
Is mining on the schedule today?
Yeah?
We're locking into orbit now. to get out of this place. You lost? Or just come to ask an out-of-work miner how his day's going? Not much to see. Same old buildings, same old rocks. What I wouldn't give for a beer and some real entertainment around here. Speaking of, looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year. You're damn right it is. I heard they were sending someone new. Nice to see you made it. I have information on a deal being proposed between Infinity LTD and Deimos Staryards. It's my belief that your employers would be highly interested in the details. So I'm upping my price. It's steep, yes. But that is why I'm also offering a little side job if you can't pay up. For this little tidbit? Believe me, I know exactly what this is worth. And part of that working relationship is getting my asking price. Now that you mention it, I do tend to value my health. Alright, I'll lower the price, but that's my final offer. Unless you may prefer the side job now? You're going to like it. As you may guess, being an informant is not without its risks. I've heard there's a merc in Saturn's orbit who'd like to cross my name off her list. Milai Liskova. If you take her out and bring me her gun as proof, I'll consider my fee to be waived. Liskova has a sentimental attachment to that gun. Even named it Ember. She'd never just hand it over. It saved her life once or twice. Seems whenever it falls into enemy hands, it has a tendency to backfire or jam. On top of that, she's superstitious, which makes the gun all the more precious to her. She's a freelance mercenary, used to work for Inception Technologies. But she likes her independence, so she went into business for herself. She specializes in killing for the right price. So before you get any second thoughts, you should think of it as doing the settled systems a favor. You're doing me a tremendous favor. Just know she won't go down easily, so be prepared. Malai's ship is called the Datura, and like I said, you can find her in orbit around Saturn. Just remember to bring the gun back as proof.
Can I help?
How are you, Dusty?
Lifting off now. Orbital insertion completed.
This is gonna be good. Wrong place, wrong time. Shit. It's the bandit! Bandit! Yeah, right. Scanning. What's a mantis? That's about enough. State your business or I open fire. That's more like it. So, tell me what you're doing here. I'll decide whether or not to strip you for salvage. Oh yeah? From what? You're the only thing around here that looks like a threat to me. So, give me one good reason why I shouldn't feed you to the void. Alright, who sent you? I'm not going to sit here and believe you found me to start threatening me out of convenience. Bullshit. But I'll play along. So, what's this alternative you're proposing? Oh, really? And who's going to believe it with no body? I'm on my fair share of hit lists, and these people aren't just common criminals. They have resources. They'll find out. That's a bold statement. But one with merit. Anyone after my head would surely take her as the ultimate prize. Alright. You can have Ember. But you'll have to come aboard to get her. You have my word, you won't be harmed. For whatever that's worth.
When you have a few moments, there's something I'd like to discuss. All right, let's
that airlock and get aboard.
I have an important personal decision to make, but I need to discuss something with you first. Oh, well, I guess I understand. Just never mind. I have an important personal decision to make. Until later.
I'm impressed someone like you even managed to find me. And using Ember as proof of my death. Huh. My little fan club would eat that up. Ah. The first time Ember and I met, she was pointed right at me. And then backfired on the gloating bastard who thought he'd won. Ugh. She's saved my life more times than I care to remember. In my line of work, we're always in and out of the fire, if you know what I mean. Oh, will you? You really think I'd let you just waltz onto my ship and I'd hand her over? If you knew anything about me, you'd know honesty isn't my strong suit. The only truth here is that I've intended to kill you since the moment you set foot on my ship. I'm pretty sure I've already made up my mind. I suppose you have a point. I already have enough targets on me as it is. You only think you have the upper hand. Besides, I'd start questioning your judgment if I were you. That's why you're in this situation. True. I'd hate to misjudge. Okay. Fine. You've compelled me to hold up my end of the deal after all. You get Ember, I'll disappear. Besides, I like to think of this as just a temporary arrangement. She's always found her way back to me before. Why should this time be any different? Spoken like so many others in my life, and look who's still alive. You can determine what that means for yourself. Now get off my ship. I've got an identity to arrange and a vacation to plan.
How have you been?
Yeah, what is it? I have an important personal decision to make, but I need to discuss something with you first. Phew, thank you. So, where to start? Before I was with the Navigator Corps, I was career military, part of the United Colonies Navy. When the Colony War broke out, I was posted as the chief navigator on a warship, the Dauntless. Plenty, and that's what's weighing on my mind. There was a particularly bloody battle. We were fighting over a world in the Eta Cassiopeia system. Worst fighting I'd ever seen. We lost 12 ships that day. 12. Including my own. No. This is important. I need to tell you this. The ship was barely intact. The captain and first mate died the previous day, which put me in command. A shrewd captain would have called for the crew to abandon ship, but I was so angry. I wanted to stay. I needed to fight. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Unfortunately, it doesn't make what I'm about to tell you any easier. We fought for hours, but the damage was fatal. I gave the order to abandon ship and the crew piled into the escape shuttle. As the shuttle launched, I could see it was damaged. I heard screams before the radio cut. The last thing I saw, they were spiraling helplessly towards the planet's surface. There was nothing I could do. It was my duty as acting captain to be the last person to leave the Dauntless. We had more than one escape shuttle available, so I elected to wait until they were safe. The ship barely had enough power for comms and life support. All I could do was watch them die. Thank you. But condolences can't reverse what I've done. I was caught up in the moment. An inexperienced captain making rash decisions that cost people their lives. My superiors. When the dust settled, the United Colonies gave me a medal. Can you believe that? A damn medal. I never even had a chance to find the shuttle wreckage and give my crew a proper burial. After I checked every section of the ship for wounded crew, I took the other escape shuttle. If I hadn't, I would have died. The Dauntless came apart minutes after I escaped. After I checked every section of the ship for wounded crew, I took the other escape shuttle. If I hadn't, I would have died. The Dauntless came apart minutes after I escaped. Maybe. I don't know. The entire experience feels so hollow. You once told me that the military might not have been my calling. You don't know how right you were. Don't you get it? Everything I do, everything I touch, somehow falls apart. That's why I'm worried about us. Look, it's clear the two of us are becoming more than partners. We're becoming close friends. Even though I've pushed people away in the past, I feel different when I'm around you. I feel safer, comfortable, not afraid to admit who I am. I'm terrified I'm going to screw that up. You still have faith in me. I don't even know what to say. I never realized how much you cared about me. You know, I've spent a lot of time thinking about us, about our relationship, how we've clearly become close. I practiced what I was going to say when the moment was right, and now that it's here, my mind's gone blank. Look, you deserve the best. Someone who can give themselves to you entirely. But right now, I have too much baggage, too much on my mind. I hope you'll forgive me for pushing you away. I just need time.
Do you need me for something? You look well. Good. We have work to do.
All green on release. We're free to fly.
course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. You're cleared to land.
I wish I could have seen Cydonia back in 2050, when everything was new.
Exchange is a great place to buy your weapons. Just make sure to keep them
Talk to me.
Look who survived the devil herself. Well, either that or you decided to pay up. So you got a taste of her deception before you finished the job. Just imagine knowing a creature like that was after your head. I haven't slept well in weeks. A world without Malailaskova. It's strange. I always imagined I'd be happy knowing she's gone. Perhaps I've been running so long now that it will just take time for the relief to set in. You know, why don't you keep that gun of hers? I think it's time I left the past behind. Yes, let's. Enough about the past. The information I have is on a deal for something called Project Dominion. I'm giving you 2 slates. They contain surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a 3rd slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion off his computer yourself. Getting information is what you people do. I'm just a lowly, yet very well-paid informant. Here to point you in the right direction. Best guess is it has something to do with Infinity getting into the neuroamp business. Stanley McMillan seemed to think Ryujin would be the one company threatened by this news, so their entry must involve something big. Oh, they will.
What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what? Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. It's even got a catchy code name. Project Dominion. Sounds like world domination to me, buddy. I'd buy into that in a heartbeat. Right? I'm telling you, this Project Dominion is the real deal. We ought to be selling this to Inception or Quantum. Hell, you should be in the Astro Lounge making Ryujin Industries beg for that tech. Ha! That'd be the greatest irony of them all, but not this baby. Dominion is finally gonna put Infinity first. We'll beat Ryujin at their own game.
Perhaps we'll have the pleasure of doing business.
Radar fire has been ramping up production in Akila City.
Excuse me.
Is mining on the schedule today? Be safe out there, Dusty.
Okay, if no one else is gonna say it, I will. I'm ready to get out of here and go to the Spear.
One sec. Okay. Yes, here?
I'm just saying I'm done. Going to the Spear. Anyone else coming with?
Oh, yeah, of course. After today, I could really use it. Let's go.
just have a secret about something like
There's always something to do around here.
I could never leave these people behind.
Retros firing. Orbit stabilized.
This deal could be huge for my company.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Well, that took longer than expected. I hope whatever information Simon had was worth it. Good. Now let's see what Simon thinks is so important. Give me a moment to run a decryption. Let's see... Got the key, deciphering, and... done. Well, well, well. Looks like our friend Simon wasn't joking. This is a sales initiative for Project Dominion. It's not an Infinity LTD design. It's one of ours. They didn't even bother to scrub the name, meaning someone never thought they'd get caught. And come with me. Masako needs to hear about this.
Don't cause any trouble.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Hey, Ularu? What is this about? Who is this?
This is our latest junior operative. I sent him on an assignment to rendezvous with an informant. But here's the real news. Infinity LTD has gotten their hands on Project Dominion.
Impossible.
Not only that, they're trying to sell it under their own name.
Of course they are. We need fines to investigate this immediately. Since you found this information, I am trusting you to help investigate. You see, Project Dominion is confidential. It requires a high security clearance to even know it exists. If Infinity LTD has obtained any information on it, that means we have a very well-connected mole within our corporation. I suppose, since we're trusting you in this investigation, I can give you some details. Project Dominion is our latest advancement in neuroamp technology. Our current neuroamps are all external devices, but Project Dominion would be the first surgically implanted internal neuroamp on the market. The project itself was nearing completion, which is why exposing the mole is of utmost importance. We can't allow any more research to fall into their hands. Indeed. A mess that I expect you to help clean up, and quickly. I want you to go see Dalton Fines, our Chief Security Officer. I'll send him the details. You've brought an enormous security violation to our attention, so I trust your help in any way possible. And thank you. Some operatives may have seized this as an opportunity for extortion. It's good to know your loyalty lies with us.